My name is Ed Minger. I'm running for Secretary of State of Washington, and this is the summary page, basically, of how I would like to change our elections to make them more representative, to make your government more representative as a reflection of that election process. So I'm showing you a hypothetical voters pamphlet. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek here, but I'm just going to basically read this to you, the parts that I've changed, the parts that I've come up with. New and improved voters pamphlet, now with 150% more democracy. Introducing exciting changes to elections in Washington state. A message from not yet Secretary of State, Ed Minger. I'm not going to read the first paragraph because I totally plagiarized it from a 2019 election pamphlet. Let's go to the new section. New. Right there, see it? We're excited to introduce new developments in Washington state's general elections. First, you'll notice that you have up to 5 choices for each office. We are pleased to confirm that these people earned the 5 most primary approval votes after earning the top 10 most signatures to get on the primary ballot for that office. Beyond this, you are not limited to any one of these 5 candidates. We are pleased to introduce approval voting in the general election. With this new method, you are able to select any of the candidates that you would approve of. Please do not select all 5, as that essentially nullifies your vote. As stipulated in the newly adopted election rules, none of these campaigns paid for any advertising on their own behalf. While we cannot yet legislate or regulate third-party advertising, we have verified that paying for access was completely prohibited for all campaigns. We hope these changes have encouraged you to engage more throughout the process, doing research, learning about the candidates, discussing with family and community, providing signatures of support, and generally being more involved with the election process. Last, in your congressional district, you'll notice a new position in the Washington State 10. This group will publicly and slowly research, revise, and provide 1 to 3 legislative proposals to the legislature per year. The Washington State 10 cannot pass laws, only create proposals. By creating this elected research body, we hope to grant voters more access as large fundamental reforms are considered. Beyond that, the 10 should allow the legislature more time to deliberate the day-to-day business of government. That sounds funny to me right now. We hope these changes have had the desired results, reducing the necessity and impact of fundraising in government, reducing the expectation of 2-party victories, encouraging active participation, and creating more time for government to handle its fundamental role, making decisions on behalf of all Washingtonians. Again, this page has some plagiarism, mostly in the table of contents, so we're not going to look at that. Let's go to this side. Nope, that side. Up there. There it is. The Washington State Legislature hosts 2021-2022 session. This is, again, hypothetical. If you are near a community, it is easier for you to understand the challenges that that community faces. So we could have our legislature encourage our legislature to go visit different communities and actually craft laws in a conference room of a hotel somewhere, as opposed to spending all their time in Western Washington, all their time in Olympia. Awesome. So 40 days in Olympia, 40 days in your town, 40 days in Yakima, unless that's your town, and then it would be some other, anyway, 40 days in Spokane, and if there's any need for emergency sessions or extra work needs to be done, that would continue to be done in Olympia. Down at the bottom, mandatory money in politics statement. By preventing candidates from paying to generate advertising, we saw a decrease of X percentage of money being raised by campaigns. The Secretary of State's office hopes for a gradual reduction of third-party groups such as PACs, super PACs, or other organizations who continue to purchase access to the eyes, ears, and minds of voters. Staying informed. To supplement information generated for pay-for-access groups like PACs and super PACs during election season, please visit wacandidates.gov to get direct access to websites run by campaigns in your town, district, and state. During the general election, the links have been narrowed down to the top 5 for each position. And as always, the Secretary of State's office encourages you to do your own research on the candidates and on the issues. And political parties. Information about the various political parties which offered official support to the candidates who earned their way onto your ballot can be found at sos.wa.gov/politicalparties2021. You will notice this is a bit of a change if you open your current voters pamphlet, because it talks about the 2 major parties. It does not talk about money in politics. It doesn't talk about changing the rules to campaign expenditures. That's all been added. That's something I will strive to be able to add. I will work with your legislators. And I'm trying to set the example in this campaign, refusing to purchase advertising. Okay? If I can save bunches and bunches of money and still win, it's going to show that it's possible. And your legislators are going to be excited and happy to make a rule that says, wait, we don't have to fundraise all the time anymore. We can just govern. That's amazing. Okay, so that's the plan there. I think that's the last page. That's the major changes. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email or mail something, or there's a P.O. box at the bottom of the page, whatever it is. I'm Ed Minger. I'm the only independent running for Secretary of State, and I'm asking for you to share this, to talk about these issues, and to help us all get a better, more representative election system, and therefore governmental system. Deliberate. 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 Don't. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day.